From the studios of WDSC.
Hello, welcome to the Small Business Hotline. I'm your host, Ned Harper, and today's show is on technology strategies. How do you create a competitive advantage or simply survive using technology? The Small Business Development Centers throughout Florida help clients get information necessary to enjoy business success. With us today are two cutting-edge technopreneurs, Eve Wallace, Operations Manager for Southern Technology Group, and TJ Rosenthal, Director of Technical Services for Southern Technology Group. This is a live call-in show, so call 1-800-901-9238 for answers to your question about increasing productivity through the use of technology. Before we get started, tell us a little bit about Southern Technology Group and your roles there.
Sure. Southern Technology Group is an IT solutions company. We cater to small to medium-sized businesses, and we do everything from break-fix, troubleshooting, software, hardware installs, to web design, high-level consulting and training. My role there as the operations manager is I handle the day-to-day operations, make sure the technicians are where they need to be, and I also make sure that customers are happy, and I also provide training for our customers.
Great. TJ?
Going off a little bit more what Eve said, we provide all those services, break fix. If you have a computer problem, you can call our help desk and they can help us. We also are a Microsoft certified small business specialist, and we can come in and design solutions based on your business needs. My name is TJ Rosenthal. I'm the Director of Technical Services for Southern Technology Group. My job is to kind of oversee everything. I do a little bit of business development, sales, marketing. My background is technology, and I grew up in the past 10, 11 years working in the technology arena, so I have a strong background in that.
Well, the real technopreneurs that we're really drawing in, we need them in the sales process because all sorts of the technical issues, the design and everything, it has to be pulled into that. Well, the more successful companies are the ones that are really using technology to create a competitive advantage. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the products that they're using now? Name a few of them, what they're using.
Sure. Sales automation, that's some type of dynamic CRM where they can manage all of their contacts and all their leads and all their sales and all their quotes in their invoice system. You have to have something in almost every business to be able to make sure that you're keeping track of all your orders and everything and making sure your customers are happy. Other solutions include things like mobility. You need to be able to access all of your data and all your information when you're on the road, so you can do that through a laptop that's connected through a cell phone tower, or even through your BlackBerry or your iPhone or your Windows mobile device.
Virtualization is another big thing, reducing costs that way through VMware or Hyper-V through Microsoft.
Virtualization, is that like meetings where you
actually no. It's essentially you have one piece of hardware, and you can house several different servers on that one piece of hardware, so it reduces costs.
It also helps to reduce your energy cost as well, because you're going green. You're taking, instead of using 4 physical servers to do a job, you take one beefed up server, put those 4 server roles on that particular server in different host environments, and they serve all those applications out to your users, and you've reduced your carbon footprint and also reduced your expenses for hardware and software and licensing.
Great, I've never heard of that. What else?
We mentioned mobility, contact resource management, disaster recovery is a big thing, especially in Florida. There are applications out there that allow you to create redundant sites, essentially a hot site they're called, in another geographical location so that you don't lose your data in case your primary data center goes down.
Right. Well, Eve, I heard you talking earlier about managed services. What is managed services for IT, and how does that help small and large companies?
Sure. Well, managed services in general is the process where one company will outsource or subcontract certain operations to another organization. In the IT world, managed services essentially is the same thing. You have an IT company with a group of experienced professionals that can come in and help you with your help desk needs, can come in and help you do remote support for your desktops, your servers, your network, entire security infrastructure. We can also help manage, do patch management for your servers so that when security updates are released, a managed service provider can come in and make sure those patches are installed. There are a couple key benefits to having a managed service provider in the IT world. One is that it's proactive support, meaning the managed service provider will be sure to monitor your server to make sure that your hard drive isn't reaching capacity, or to make sure that your memory isn't maxing out, so that they can notify you, hey, you need to buy a new hard drive, hey, you need to beef up the memory on this server. We're seeing it getting maxed out a lot. Another benefit is that a small business will have fixed IT budget, right? For a small fee, usually on a monthly basis, you have predictable costs, you have a lowered IT budget, because having a managed service provider versus hiring a full-time IT person, the cost is quite different.
Well, as a previous business owner, I can see the big thing being peace of mind.
Yes,
having the experts being there, looking out for me, and keeping me from getting into trouble.
Exactly, and you don't have to worry about your IT infrastructure because someone else is handling it for you, and you can concentrate on growing your own business.
And going beyond that, I mean, if you have somebody in-house that is already providing some of your technical services, there may be areas that they're not familiar with or they're not trained in. Instead of offering the full gamut of IT services, which we can do, you can also outsource just a particular segment.
Oh, that's good.
So you can go in and we can say, okay, we're going to manage your firewall for you. We'll check the event logs, make sure that everybody's kept out of your network. We can check you, make sure your antivirus is up to date. We can go in there and we can just manage your help desk, where you have a systems engineer that's focused to making sure your servers are up to date. We're handling the help desk and passing along any tickets. So there's different levels of managed services, and we provide all of those.
Well, you're bringing up something that is big, and I know everybody's mind. With all this connectivity, you seem to be having more of an issues with, spam and viruses and espionage and all this.
Right.
How do you protect yourself?
Well, it starts from the perimeter of your network and it expands all the way down to your actual desktop and your PC that you're working on. From the perimeter, you need a good firewall that's protecting you from the outside. So you want to keep the bad guys out. Well, this firewall, it connects to your internet connection and keeps spam, keeps all the virus attacks. It does intrusion prevention and detection, so you can see what's coming in and what's going out. And you can also do other things from that level like web filtering, where you can keep your associates, your employees from going to sites that could be malicious to you. I'm sure everybody's heard of the Conflict virus, the April 1st virus.
Sure. Yeah.
There was actually software and firewalls available that would actually protect them from going to those sites and protect them from that virus updating itself, so that you don't have problems in the long run. Beyond that, going back down to the server level, you need to be able to protect your server. If you have a server, you need antivirus protection on there. You need anti-spyware. You need to make sure that there's no rootkits on the server. You can even have another layer of protection if you have an in-house email server, where you can put spam protection and virus protection on there, so that nobody's getting. You have a multiple layers of protection against you in the outside world. Going from there down to the desktop level, you need a good antivirus solution, not one that you purchased 4 or 5 years ago that you continue to pick up to date. But in today's world, antivirus is not the only threat out there. There's anti-spyware. There's spyware. There's malware. There's grayware. There's things called rootkits that, until recently, antivirus software was not picking up and not detecting. So you need to be able to protect the full array of your network in order to keep everything up and running and your business operating smoothly.
Which is pretty complicated, but you guys stay on top of that and make suggestions. Hey, this has changed, this is added, you got to do that. Keep me up to date. Okay.